Good morning. Welcome to Just for Today, a time of eclectic readings, conversation, sharing of perspectives, meditation, and prayer. I am Reverend Rafe Ellis, Senior Minister and Spiritual Leader at the Columbia Center for Spiritual Living in Columbia, Maryland. Today is February 14th. So, what called to me this morning was this lovely little book titled Undefended Love. And what I opened to is on page 8, if you have the book, The Heart of Intimacy. Check this out. The word intimacy comes from the Latin word intimus, which means pertaining to one's deepest nature, that which is innermost and essential. This essence lies well below the roles and obligations we have assumed in our daily lives. Experiencing this essential aspect of ourselves and of our partners is the source of true intimacy. It may be the outcome of a sexual encounter or any of the other behaviors we link to intimacy, but it is not limited to or defined by them. As we deepen our ability to contact and respond from this core of our being, we discover connection with everything around us. At some point, most of us have experienced this feeling of being fully awake and alive while also connected to the larger web of life. These moments often occur spontaneously while in nature, which is why it feels so right to go to neighborhood parks, the mountains, or the ocean when we are troubled or trying to reconnect with ourselves. In the words of the poet Izumi Shikabue in 1980, they say this: watching the moon at midnight, solitary mid-sky, I knew myself completely, no part left out. Hmm. So, what if we reimagined intimacy as literally into me I see? That we make that practice our own and become willing and active and engaged in seeing into all of the essence, the very core of us, rather than externalizing that with some expectation that someone else do something to validate what we won't even validate. It's an interesting thing, this relationship stuff. And so I think that's quite lovely on this day of profound awkwardness for many people, filled with socialized expectations. What if we just make this day about looking into ourself, our human self, our divine self, beyond the roles that have been established by us and for us, that we do that inward journey. We've got, I don't know what's happening on the connection end, if somebody's connecting and disconnecting. We've got one person that keeps popping in and out, and I'm not sure if anybody's with us or not. But if you have anything to share, please put it in the chat and we'd love to hear from you. So I'm going to read this through one more time and allow that to take us into our meditation. The heart of intimacy. The word intimacy comes from the Latin word intimus, which means pertaining to one's deepest nature, that which is innermost and essential. This essence lies below the roles and obligations we have assumed in our daily lives. Experiencing this essential aspect of ourselves and of our partners is the source of true intimacy. It may be the outcome of a sexual encounter or any of the other behaviors we link to intimacy, but it is not limited to or defined by them. As we deepen our ability to contact and respond from this core of our being, we discover connection with everything around us. At some point, most of us have experienced this feeling of being fully alive and awake while also connected to the larger web of life. These moments often occur spontaneously while in nature, which is why it feels so right to go to a neighborhood park, the mountains, or the ocean when we are troubled or trying to connect with ourselves. In the words of the poet Izumi Shikabo in 1990, watching the moon at midnight, solitary, mid sky, I knew myself completely, no part left out. So let's take that to our 5 minute meditation. I will close us out with a spiritual mind treatment, also known as an affirmative prayer. one love, one peace, one power, everywhere present. It is omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence. It is creation, all of creation, expressing in form and unformed. It is creation expressing as the visible and the invisible. It is pure energy moving itself into expression. Life unfolding, life expressing, love expressing. This one has no circumference. It has no limitations. And so its very center must be everywhere present, expanding its experience of itself, its expression of itself. Through form, through function, through experience itself. I am that. Every experience is an experience of the infinite expressing as me in relationship with every other expression of itself. So, in the reality of one, this infinite beingness is speaking in, through, and as me. Three words that get us to the same place, that navigate our human misunderstanding, bridging that gap back to one as. And so I know that what I speak for creation, one creation. And so I speak from that center of my being, that center of my being that has a clarity beyond my human brain, moving consciousness, moving creation into expression. I claim and affirm that the love that is the character, the nature, the essence of all creation is awakening to itself. That everything unlike it is being revealed, neutralized. And that the true essence of being finds greater and greater expression in this physical realm. I accept that such an awakening requires intimacy, requires a willingness to see into the spiritual self, to see beyond the physical roles and trappings and deception to the core of every expression of creation. And so I surrender the activity of condemnation, I surrender the activity of conflict, of supremacy over, and in its place I accept and affirm the harmonious operation of one. I accept the journey and every messy moment of it as a holy activity of love expressing as me. I embrace and release all at the same time. This very human experience. I hold the human iteration of me tenderly, compassionately, kindly, as I reassure my human self from my divine self that all is well. That this is the activity of faith growing. That this is that space of neutralizing fear in the human realm that so desperately wants to see the outcome. It wants to see around the curve before it goes there. So I hold that self tenderly from the essence of my being, reassuring all parts of me, all aspects of me, which is all aspects of creation, that it's already done. Allowing the faith, the belief in the substance of things not seen, the belief that this one substance, creation, consciousness is. The evidence of things not seen but hoped for. So I remember those moments when I could not see the perfection of life unfolding. The evidence is there. And so I remind myself and I celebrate the reminder. I live in the gratitude of faith. And I allow my faith to grow and expand, even as the messiness grows and expands. My faith deepens, widens, heightens, assuring my human experience from the essence of my being that all is well. And so I let go. I let go of the narrative of disaster. I let go of the narrative of conflict. I let go of the delusion that tells me I need to know the outcome. I let go of the lie that control is somehow safety. I let go. I let go. I let go. Because I know it's already done. Because I know that love is the greatest power there is. that it is the only power there is. I let go. Ashe. Shalom. Aho. Amin. Amen. So it is. Namaste.